Hey everybody, it's James with PC Gamer here, and I'm talking with Carolina from Relic Entertainment, who's a game designer working on Dawn of War 3. And so Dawn of War 3, when I played the first one and the second one. The first one was much more of a sort of a traditional base building RTS. Number 2 was sort of scenario and squad based with some RPG mechanics and stuff like that. And this one feels like it's a marriage of the two, a nice melding of the two. Can you talk about what you guys are doing from a design perspective and what you want to do with Dawn of War 3?
Absolutely. So what we want to do with Dawn of War 3 is basically take the most loved features from Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2 and bring them forward into the most over-the-top RTS that we've ever built. That means for us that from Dawn of War 1 we're bringing back the base building that allowed players to build massive armies and wage war against other massive armies. From Dawn of War 2 we're bringing back the elite heroes that people loved so much. What we're doing that's new in Dawn of War 3 is how those two parts of the game, the massive armies and the elite units, how those synergize in awesome combat.
Yeah, that was actually the most interesting part of playing it for me. This is my first time, and it felt like a traditional base builder where I was managing my base and sort of pumping out units and collecting resources and managing that. But also, I had these hero units. What are they called? Elite units?
Yeah.
And they have special abilities, and you can control them and use those abilities almost like, I hesitate to use the word, a MOBA or something like that. And it changes the way you think about the battlefield. And can you talk about how that's sort of influencing the strategy of a more traditional RTS for you guys?
Absolutely. So yeah, in our game we basically have line units, which are your basic infantry artillery units, and you have the elite heroes. So like you said, elite heroes have very unique abilities and very unique roles to fulfill. So the gameplay will be more focused on how the player uses the relationship between those two and the synergies between the army and the elite abilities to build a strategy. And that's where the depth of the game is. We're ultimately building a game in which you as a player can put your personality into that strategy.
And with those elite units, is there any sort of persistent RPG, stat building across the campaign that stays with those characters?
With the elite units, so we're taking a different approach in which we're not gonna, basically you can't change the role of a unit. We want to craft the roles for those units and build abilities that allow them to fulfill that role in the best way possible. What we do have is the ability to customize how those elite units interact with the rest of your army, how they influence your strategies as a whole.
Cool. It's giving the strategy a lot more personality, especially with the Dawn of War license. Over-the-top Space Marines never get old. It's looking great. When can we expect this?
Sometime in 2017.
I'm James with PC Gamer. Stay tuned for more from PAX West.